Take a look at these logos. What's interesting about them is that they all work by making a subtle tweak to the type, either by adding something or by taking something away. The best logos have just one feature to help them stand out. If your logo has 2, 3, or 4 features, it's almost certainly too complicated. Try taking some letters and adding something to them or taking something away. Here I've added a flag to the A. Here I've removed a part of the horizontal crossbar. I've done this by doing nothing more than placing a white shape over that part of the letter. To complete this, I would want to select the letter form, which has been converted to outlines, and that white shape, and then with my Pathfinder options, use -front. For letters that have counters, you can adapt those counters or fill them in. This B is still an editable font. If I create outlines, I can then switch to my direct selection tool, hold down Option or Alt, click on the outline of the counter and delete it. Here I've done nothing more than take a slice out of the letter. By adding a circle to the M, I've created the impression of a figure wearing a tuxedo. Here I've filled in the negative space of an N with a mouse cursor. Here the lowercase d becomes a periscope, or the dot on an I, a cat figure. Here I've made the lowercase h into a house, as suggested by the Shelter, a housing charity, logo. This is a bit tricky, but let's see if I can recreate this. I'll copy that H by holding down Option or Alt and dragging away from it while it is selected, and then create outlines. I now need to modify the anchor points, and I'll do this with my pen tools. I'll tear off the pen panel, and starting out with the Delete Anchor Point tool, I want to simplify the shape. For those anchor points that are left, I'm going to convert them to corner points as opposed to curve points. I'll then select that anchor point and that anchor point and align their right edges to the selection. Now I'll come and simplify this shape further by deleting all of these anchor points, and I will now add in an interior shape. Let's just give that a different color. Let's add an anchor point to its top segment, switch to my direct selection tool, and I can adjust the shape of that. I think this then needs to move down a bit. I need to come and change that from a corner to a curve, move that one over, move that one down, move the whole shape down. Then with what remains of the letter and the white shape on top of it both selected, come to the Pathfinder and -front. And I still need to work on that. It's not quite right. I'll select those two and move those in a bit. While that needs some finessing, you get the idea. So take some letter forms and experiment by adding something to them or taking something away.